Bonjour and welcome back to my channel. My name is Claude and today, Virgo, I'm going to be doing your middle of the month tarot reading. So I hope the first half of your month has gone well. Now please do bear in mind those are general readings, they will not resonate with everybody. Take what resonates and simply forget the rest. If you want a full picture or if the message doesn't resonate, do check your moon, Venus and rising signs. Now what do my Virgo querents need to know right now, please? Your first energy is card number 4, rest and rejuvenate. Second energy, number 3, partnerships and alliances. And passion ignited, so equivalent of the Ace of Wands. Okay, so you're being advised to take some time out because maybe you've worked really hard, you're exhausted, or you could be mentally or even emotionally exhausted, and so your angels, your universe, God, Spirit, they're advising you to take some time out and to rely on people as well. Partnership and alliances, it can be co-workers, it can be business partners, but it can also be your friends, your family, or even your other half if you are in a relationship. And something's gonna ignite your passion. We're talking about a brand new beginning here. Let's see what the tarot has to say about all of this. Okay. First card, Spirit of Wands, that's the equivalent of the King of Wands. I'm holding my deck backwards, that's why. Then you have, the Heart of Wands, so we've got a couple here. It's the King and the Queen. And the Heart of Cups, the Queen of Cups. Okay, so you have 3 good court cards already. Nine of Swords. Five of Pentacles. Five of Wands. Nine of Wands. The Sky Father, that's the Emperor, Major Arcana. Temperance, another Major Arcana. Bottom of the deck, energies at work that you may not be aware of. You have the Ten of Pentacles, that's a beautiful energy. Okay, so what jumps at me right from the offset is you've got 3 court cards right at the top. So you have a divine partnership here, the King and the Queen of Wands, and you have the Queen of Cups. Now the Wands represent your spirit, so you know, passion, what really sets your soul on fire, the willpower to get something done. And the Cups are to do with the emotional realm, so your feelings, your relationships, but also, you know, intuition, creativity, and these kind of ideas. Now, I don't attach genders to my cards because it's a general reading. So we're talking about people who embody the characteristic of those cards. So the King of Wands is a go-getter. This is a very strong, powerful leader. Someone who people will just follow because, well, firstly, he's worked his way through the one suit, so he's very confident. He will take calculated risks. This is not someone who's going to sit down and wait for it to happen. He's going to make it happen. And then you've got the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queens are patience through understanding. They're one step away from the King. They're the yin energy, so it's more of a receptive energy. And the Queen of Wands is someone who's incredibly attractive, someone who's energetic, you know, glowing type of person. You notice her when she comes into a room. She's softly spoken, but she's got a wand that she can use if she needs to, and people are aware of it. She's got that inner confidence in a quiet way. She doesn't need to be blunt about it. And then you have the Queen of Cups, which represents someone who's very loving, very much in touch with her intuition, someone who understands her feelings and can control them to a certain extent. Yes, very much in tune with how she feels, and she's also very good at sensing how other people feel. Now, we could look at this as a situation with a third party. If we're looking at a lot of reading, there could be someone that came into the dynamic of these two. This person here came into the dynamic of it, and that may have happened through work. You see, you've got partnerships. Could be someone, yeah, that either you or your partner met, and yeah, there was an affair. There's no other way of saying it. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to upset people, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm seeing with what we've got. So there may have been this kind of a problem here. And that's why you need to rest and rejuvenate, because if you see here, you've got some challenging energies. You've got the Nine of Swords and two Fives. Now, the Nine of Swords is to do with the mental realm, so your thoughts, your ideas, and how you see the world, but also truth and communication. And the nine is nearly the end of the suit. It's a number of achievement, but achievement in the mental realm means having gone through quite a few unpleasant processes mentally. It's the card of having to show courage because you have so much anxiety, worries, maybe it's keeping you up at night, but it's the card of really, you know, having the courage to see what these things are. They are thoughts. That's all they are. They're not real unless you manifest them. That's what I always say, you know, try to... I'm not going to say focus on the positive, because sometimes it's just not possible when we are being overwhelmed and too worried. But when you notice that your thoughts are going in a negative way, redirect them. So acknowledge them, acknowledge that they're here, and then deliberately think of something else. I know it's easier said than done, but it's easier to change what you're thinking about rather than trying to be positive, if you see what I'm saying. And so have the courage to face those thoughts, acknowledge them, and then move on to something else. Because you've got two Fives there, and the Fives are numbers of change and challenges. Pentacles is to do with your physical realm, so home life or work life, and Wands, as I just said, is to do with passion and fire. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards to do with passion, plus this one here, passion ignited. So you have had quite a few changes happening, or they're happening right now. You're right in the middle of it. This could talk about a lack mentality. So again, redirect your thoughts. I'm thinking that because it's next to the Nine of Swords. It could talk about having lost something. So in a relationship, you get where I'm going with this. And it led to conflicts, because the 5 with passion is to do with frictions and discordance. So this may have created some kind of discords. Now, the other thing I'm seeing in this could be a scenario to do with work where things were working out really well, but there was competition between these two cards here, and you know, maybe someone turned their back, someone did something they shouldn't have done, you know, a partner, and you've lost. Maybe you've lost a job, maybe someone got you in trouble at work. It doesn't have to be a loss, it could be, you know, getting in trouble at work, getting into conflicts, and you are very, very worried about this, obviously, which is why they're saying, you know, rest and rejuvenate, because you need it. Now, in the bottom row, you have the Nine of Wands, the Emperor, and Temperance. So you've got two major arcana in the bottom row. And what I'll say, the major arcanas are more permanent types of energies, because they are God, the universe, your angels, your ancestors directly trying to keep you on the right path for your life journey, or moving you along. And so, you know, please remember that things are happening for you, not to you. You will grow from this. You're just going to need time to process it, from what I can see. So the Nine of Wands, again, this is another nine. So these are the two nines that are more challenging than the Nine of Cups or the Nine of Pentacles. So Nine of Wands represents being nearly finished, but having to persevere, push forwards. You know, it's like it's not going to be easy. There's going to be new challenges thrown your way. And then you've got the Emperor. Now, the Emperor could be you bossing up, because the Emperor is a big leader, someone who knows how to get his troops to success, basically, and someone who, you know, people will follow. So it could be you bossing up. This is also fire energy. You have a lot of passion, fire energy going on here. So it could be you upgrading from either the Queen of Wands or the King of Wands, you know, depending on your situation, and taking on this brand new, the last line, basically. You know, this is the last stretch, is what I'm trying to say. Taking on this new challenge. You could be bossing up, or if we're talking about a job, it could be your boss observing you, how you react to this kind of challenges. This could be that. It could be also someone, because it's someone slightly older, it could be someone who you can rely on, someone who could bring you support, whether it's a co-worker, could be a father figure. Take what resonates. And the final advice is Temperance, another major arcana. The Temperance is the card of patience and compromise, making sure that there are no extremes in your decisions and your actions. Because underneath all of this, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Now, this is my favorite card in the minor arcana. The 10 is the card, the number of completion, and coins is to do with the physical realm. So you go from the 5 to the 10, which is major progression here. The 10 of Pentacles is the card of legacy. It's having worked really hard, having attained financial stability, abundance, having all the resources you need, and being able to leave something behind for your descendants. It could talk about inheritance, but this is a, you know, really having it all card, and this is what's working in the background. So, you know, when I said to you, things happen for you, not to you, you have evidently been through, or are right now going through some kind of a very challenging period with discords, loss of something. You are worried, anxious, and it's not finished. You know, there's going to be more challenges your way, but the cards are telling you to either rely on somebody here with the Emperor, or they're telling you that through all of this you are progressing and you're becoming the Emperor. And the Emperor is it's another message I need to give you in conjunction with Temperance. The Emperor is very powerful, but he also knows when to use his power. He's one step above the King of Wands over there. So this is knowing when to use the power and how to use it. And Temperance is telling you no extremes. Make sure that you are open to compromise, that you are patient, and that you do not sway one way more than the other, is what I'm hearing loud and clear. So the other last thing I would like to say to you as well is to take the time to rest and look after yourself. That this card of rest and rejuvenate is really screaming at me, because it's number 4 as well. I want to show it to you closer. Number 4 is the number of stability, and in order to embody the qualities of the Temperance card, you need to be stable and not emotional, not burnt out. You really need to make sure that you have the time to process whatever's happening or just happened. And then you will grow. I mean, growing is never an easy thing, but please remember that you do have the Ten of Pentacles in the background, which is a beautiful energy, and it really is the card of having it all, which is very encouraging. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey through the cards with me. If you did, or if the message helped you in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And I hope that the rest of the month is going to go nicely for you. Until next time, au revoir.